Hey everyone, today we are going to discuss static routing in GNS3. We will go through all these steps one by one. So our first step is what is static routing. Let's discuss static routing. In static routing, you have to manually define path that your packet should take in a network. What is our step number 2? Discuss network topology. Our network will consist of 2 routers and 2 PC. Our task is to configure static routes so that PC1 can reach PC2 and vice versa. By going on to next step, which is step number 3, open GNS and create a new project. Let's just jump into GNS3. I'm in GNS3, so you have to create a new project. Go into file option, create new blank project. You will be prompted by this dialog, name the project whatever you want and click on OK. You will see something like this. We have to add 2 routers and 2 switches, so let's quickly add them. Okay, perfect. We have 2 routers and 2 PCs. Already done this step. Let's just mark it done. Next, we have to connect devices. Let's just connect it quickly. So what we are going to do is we will connect PC1 with router 1, PC2 with the fast Ethernet port of router 2. Now we will connect router 1 with router 2, fast Ethernet port 2. Okay. Let me just mark or write networks which I will be giving in this network topology. We will assign this network so perfect. We have connected devices and assign basic things. Now let's just go to our steps and see what next. Okay, so we have connected devices. Next we have to assign IP addresses. Let's jump back and assign IP addresses. To assign IP addresses, first we will assign router 1 ports, which is F0 by 0. So assigning IP addresses, we have to go into custom console, select terminal or CMD, whatever you like. I will choose PuTTY, click OK, and okay. So our network should be started before a console can be opened. So what we will do is select all these things and you see a play button over here. Click play button or start. So now all these devices are running. Let's open console or terminal for R1. Right click on router 1, go into custom console, select whatever you want. I will select PuTTY and click OK. You will see a window opening like this. For clarity, I will just make the font bigger, change settings in appearance, change the font to 20. Click OK, click apply. Okay, so perfect. So configuring router 1, we have to write config, enter. We are now in config mode of router 1. First, as I have discussed, that I will be configuring port number F0 by 0. So I will write interface. What is the interface? Fast Ethernet 0 by 0. Okay. So next I will assign IP address. What IP address we have to assign? It is 192.168.1.1. And this will be our mask. Click enter. Next we have to type no shutdown. So perfect. We have configured this part of the network of R1. Next we have to configure this port, which is fast Ethernet 2 by 0. So for this I will write fast interface Ethernet fast Ethernet, it's 2 by 0. I will assign IP address. What IP we have to assign? It is 10.0.0.1. This will be our mask. Click enter. Next we have to write no shutdown. So perfect. We have configured R1 completely. Next we have to configure R2. First I will be configuring this port and then this port. So let me open custom console, PuTTY. Okay. For easiness, I will change the font. First, we have to enter in config mode. We are in config mode now. We have to configure the interface fast Ethernet, which is our 0 by 0. I will assign IP address. This will be our mask. Okay, so we have configured this port number. Now we have to configure this port of this router. For this, I will go and write interface fast Ethernet 10.0.0.2, and this will be our mask. What's wrong over here? Okay, we first have to go on that interface. Now we have to write IP address 10.7.2. This will be our mask. No, shut down. So perfect. We have configured router 2 completely and router 1 completely. Now it's time to assign PC1 IP address. Then we will configure PC2. For this, what I will do is right click on PC1, click custom console, put it selected, click OK. For convenience, I will make the font bigger appearance. It's like 20. Apply. Okay. So here we are. We have to assign IP 192.168. What IP you want to assign? Let's just say 1.2, and this will be our mask. So we are assigning PC1 the IP address 192.168.1.2. So we also have to tell router 1 that how it will reach PC1, by which network or which gateway it will reach PC1. So we will give the gateway as this network 192.168.1.1. So we will write 192.168.1.1. I hope you get the point. It will check for duplicate addresses. So yes, it has assigned PC1 this IP address. Same like we have to assign PC2. Custom console, put it selected, click OK. Let's make the font bigger. Change. Apply. Okay, so we will write IP 192.168.2.2. This will be our mask. Now we have to tell router 2 by which mean or by which path it will reach PC2. So we will give this IP address as a gateway to PC2. So we will write 192.168.2.1. It will check for duplicate addresses. So we have assigned PC1 IP address. Okay, so we have assigned all IP addresses to our network. Let's go to our next step. Now we have to configure static routing. We will go in our GNS3 again. Router 1 only knows about this network, which is 10.0.0.0, and this network, which is 192.168.1.1. We need to tell it about PC2 network, which is 192.168.2.0, in order to communicate PC1 with PC2. Same with R2. R2 only knows about this network, which is 10.0.0.0, and network, which is 192.168.2.20. We need to tell it about the PC1 network, which is 192.168.1.0. So first we will configure router 1, the static route of router 1, then we will configure router 2. For router 1, we will go into router 1. Next, we will write a command, which is IP route 192.168.2.0. This will be our mask. 0.0. Okay, this network is of PC2. As you can see, this network is of PC2 because our task is to communicate PC1 with PC2 and PC2 with PC1. PC1, in order to reach PC2, we will use our network, which will be 192.168.2.0, and which gateway it will use or which path it will take, that is going to be this one. So we will write 10.0.0.2. Perfect. Same like PC2 or router 2. What I will write over here is first the network of PC1, then the mask, and then the gateway. What will be our gateway in this case? PC2, in order to reach PC1, it have to pass from 10.0.0.1. So we will write 192.168.1.0, 255.0, and what will be our gateway? 10.0.0.1. Okay, what is wrong over here? I forget to write IP address. It is only IP. Okay, we have to write IP route. Sorry for the mistake. Perfect. We have configured our static routing. Now our next phase is testing the connectivity. So let's jump back into GNS3 and see if our configurations are okay or not. So I will go in PC1 and write a command ping. I want to ping PC1 with PC2. So our IP address which we assigned PC2 was 2.2. Let's see. This is 192.168.2.2. As you can see, we are receiving bytes from PC2. Let's do a same with PC2. In PC2, we will write ping 192.168.1.2. Same. We can see that we are receiving bytes from PC1. So here we are. We have go through all the steps. First, we have discussed what is static routing. Then we discuss what will be our network. And then we discuss we have to configure static routes so that PC1 can reach PC2 and vice versa, PC2 can reach PC1. Next, we look at how to create a new project in GNS3. Next, we added some devices, 2 routers and 2 PCs. Next, we have connectivity devices, and then we assign IP addresses to our network, and then we configure static routing, and then in the last we have tested the connectivity between PCs. So that's it for the video. I hope you have learned something new.